Did you guys walk away Sunday thinking you might have found something offensively?
I mean, I think that the growth from, I wasn't here last year, but from the off season to this point, there has been, uh, whether you guys kind of see it or not, there's been growth and progress. Um, but yeah, I think that kind of got to show, the comfortability and the confidence and the poise, many different positions, and there was definitely a lot of positive takeaways from there. But ultimately, you got to finish out and win the games.
Robert, what do you think are some of the things that carry forward from what you guys did Sunday?
Yeah, I think just playing fast and confident and not really not trying to outthink people or, out be creative or whatever. Just go out there and play. We got a lot of great players. We have a very talented roster, especially offensively, viewing it from an offensive standpoint. So just going out there and just playing football and just trying to get that chemistry and all that playing style and all that speed and all those playmaking abilities to just get going and just kind of get momentum moving forward.
Robert, in terms of just playing your game and trying to pick up where you left off, is the short week maybe a blessing in disguise?
I mean, you can look at it from a couple different standpoints. You kind of get the pads off of you. You do a lot more walkthroughs, and you're kind of just letting the body physically heal. But then obviously you're playing a game in like 3 days, so it's a little bit different. But with how we played, I think there is definitely some positives moving into such a short week and just going out there and playing football and just picking up right where we left off.
Robert, from talking to you in the past, we know how supportive you've been of Justin Fields and just having to deal with everything that he has to deal with as the starting quarterback for the Bears. How much do you think it meant to him that he had a 300-plus yard game to kind of get people off his back?
Yeah, I mean, it was what I feel like it was like perfect timing. I mean, obviously, some people read media stuff, but obviously, what is circulating, it was a good, positive reinforcement for him to know like what type of player he is and a confidence booster and something just to momentum like to just carry forward in these upcoming games. But I mean, that's who Justin is. He's poised. He's confident. So getting him in, a scheme and a game plan to do so, like we did last Sunday, was just was good for him, and obviously it showed.
Robert, in terms of finishing games, what needs to happen in the fourth quarter to eliminate some of those mistakes that?
I think just keep going at them, not letting a defense. Well, speaking offensively, just not letting a defense dictate what we run. Just keep going at them and putting our foot on the pedal and just continuously running the same thing throughout the 4 quarters. And obviously, I know when special team stuff happens or defensive stuff happens or turnovers happen, like you kind of have to change some things, but ultimately just kind of going at the defense and not letting them dictate what you're running.
What do you see in Washington's defense?
They got a great front seven. I mean, they're good on the back end as well, but their D line is obviously some of the best in the NFL. So taking care of those guys will be definitely priority number 1.
Thanks, guys.
Cool.
Thank you.
When you look at the depleted defensive backfield, did you guys up front take a responsibility for trying to pick up some of the slack there and get to the quarterback?
In this business is a next man up mentality, you know what I mean? So whoever comes in and fills in has to make sure that they come in and play at a high level. That's the mindset.
After watching film from Sunday, what is the one thing that stands out in your mind? Like, okay, this defense needs to be better in terms of what kind of stood out in your mind?
I mean, honestly, it doesn't really matter as far as if we win, if we lose. At the end of the day, we still have to critique ourselves. Even if we had 10 takeaways and 5 sacks, it's still things that we can critique and get better at. So we should never be satisfied.
What have been your early impressions of the rookie DTs, Jervon and Zach?
Say it again?
What have been your impressions of Jervon and Zach?
Great students, guys that want to learn, guys that want to listen and get better. So, it's a pleasure being able to go to work with those guys every day and see them improve each and every day.
Yannick, in your time in the league, these Thursday games, what have you learned in terms of maximizing the prep time when you have to streamline what you would normally do in a normal week, and how do you kind of manage that on a Thursday?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like just prioritizing your body, just taking care of your body, and getting extra massages. Hitting the tubs a lot, and just figuring out whatever routine that you like that makes you feel fresh for game day. I feel like you just have to really capitalize on that with the couple of days that we have in between till we play.
What do you do when you're just not getting the pass rush, you're not getting the sacks that you want? What do you do to kind of change it or spark?
Just keep rushing. Just keep rushing. That's it.
We hear a lot about, 4 rushing is 1, and the chemistry that you guys have to build as a defensive unit. Where do you think you guys are on that journey of, 4 equals 1 and developing that chemistry?
I feel like this Thursday night we can, spark something special. You know what I mean? So we're just, going over the game plan. We're definitely evaluating the tape and seeing what we can do better. But I'm still optimistic. I'm very excited to see, what this group can really do.
And going off that, Washington's given up a lot of sacks this year. What kind of opportunity do you see to get the pass rush going this year?
Yeah, we just have to, like I said, it goes back to what he said, 4 equals 1. We have to remind ourselves about getting off the ball, being able to play, fast and physical, and those opportunities will present itself.
What do pass rushers think when another guy gets 6 sacks in one game like Khalil Mack did?
Well, it's cool. It's cool to see, one of your brothers around the league, do that. It gives you, hope, that could be done here as well. You know what I mean? And that's a guy that can play good football, a guy that's just, cementing himself with a great like Derek Thomas. So really happy to see that for him.